What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I've got another very important AMC update to bring all of you this evening. So what we're going to be covering in this update are we about to really have a significant move to the upside? What are the odds that we see another June 2021 or a January of 2021 event happening in the very near future? Now, if you guys have been watching any of my videos over the last couple of weeks, we've been calling the price movements to a T on AMC by using 1348. Now, we're going to go over something a little bit different in this video as well, because there is something in the chart here that we have not talked about before that is very, very bullish if we can end up crossing over a certain level. Now, in addition to this, Adam Aron and AMC made a very significant move today, and we are also going to be talking about the Ortex data, the option chain, and what the potential is like for a gamma squeeze going into the end of this week. So before we get into all of that information, if you enjoyed the information and analysis that I provide for you in this video, make sure you go down and hit that like button. It costs you nothing to do it, but it really helps us out a whole lot in getting this information out to as many people who want to learn. And if you guys want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. So AMC again today had another awesome day, up $1.16, closing at $17.52 or 7.09%. Very, very strong way to start off the week so far. Now, when we come over to the technical chart here, we've been looking at this 4-hour time frame here. Now, we are seeing AMC respect this 13 EMA right here on the 4-hour, heading upwards. We have this cross back here, consolidation above the 200 EMA, and heading higher. This is exactly what I've been talking about we needed to see for months, and we are finally starting to see it play out. Now, moving over here to the daily time frame, we're seeing something a little bit different, but still looking very good. We have this cross, we have above support resistance right here, and we also have a little bit of ways to go to get up to that 200 EMA on the daily time frame. But what we haven't talked about yet is the weekly time frame. When we pull up the weekly, there is something very interesting that you guys all should notice. Well, the last two times that we have seen very, very significant runs to the upside is when AMC is below and makes a significant move above the 200 exponential moving average on the weekly time frame. The last time we did this was the run all the way up to 34. We saw the closing candle here, boom, all the way up to 34. We saw it back here as well. We saw it price action below this 200 EMA, closing candle above, and then boom, all the way up to all-time highs at around 72. Now, this also happened twice before where we didn't see that big of a movement back here, but we did end up crossing above that 200 EMA on that January 2021 run as well. Now, where is this 200 EMA sitting right now for AMC? It is currently sitting at $18.23 on the weekly time frame. If we are able to get above that level here, and when we take a look at the 4-hour as well, there are a couple of other levels that we need to look out for, specifically this one right here at around $18.90 to $19. If we end up crossing above those levels here and getting those closing candles above the 200 EMA on the weekly time frame, we could be in for some very, very aggressive price movements to the upside, similar to what we saw back in the last time we saw a big move back here in March, in June of 2021, and January of 2021 as well. So that is kind of what we're looking at on the chart here. And again, it is possible that we do have some retests right now coming back down and touching this 13 EMA. Currently, that's sitting at about $16.68. If we were to end up coming back down to that level, I do not think that that is the worst thing in the world at all. I think that would actually be a very, very healthy retest. Now, let's kind of get into what Adam Aron and AMC did today. So AMC Theaters repurchases high-interest debt at a steep discount. This is a very, very bullish move and a very strong move by Adam Aron and taking the company in the right direction, which is exactly what we need. AMC Entertainment has chipped away at its debt mountain by repurchasing around $72.5 million of its 10% second lien debt due 2026 for $50 million, or around a 31% discount. This action is one more step along our recovery glide path. We will continue to seek creative and meaningful strategies to further strengthen our balance sheet and create value for our shareholders in the future, said Adam Aron, the CEO of AMC Theaters. Parent said in a statement on Wednesday. Now, When we come down a little bit further, there's a couple of interesting statements that are actually made here. The debt reduction cuts AMC's annual interest cost by $7.25 million as the company looks to shore up its finances by restructuring a debt load currently standing at around $5.5 billion. So we are going to be reducing that interest cost, which is going to decrease our expenses and could end up helping us towards profitability going over the next couple of quarters and actually years as well. Now, in addition to this, I want to talk a little bit about where we are standing right now with the short interest data on AMC and then go over a little bit of the options chain to kind of wrap everything up. So when we come over here, we have 18.67% estimated short interest. We have about 96.24 million shares estimated to currently be sold short in the overall market. And again, guys, what we have to keep in mind with Ortex is that we are looking at the bare baseline minimum data on anything that is actually out in the overall market at any given time. If you guys remember from the video a few weeks ago about Credit Suisse, these institutions just get fined when they underreport or misreport this short data or any type of data to FINRA. So what we're looking at here is definitely not 100% accurate, but we all know that by now. And we really shouldn't be hinging our investment decisions or really our emotional feelings on what we're seeing on Ortex. What we can do, though, is take a look at this and say, hey, is this stock still heavily shorted? And obviously it is. And this exchange reported data coming out here, again, the last time that this was reported was on July 12th. We came in at 19.67%. That's still very, very, very high. Now, the cost to borrow right now, 13.06%. And we also have on the max, and then we have on the average, we have 11.42%, minimum 9.87. And the shares on loan right now, 138.58 million. So again, very, very, very heavily shorted still. We still have a really solid potential for a significant short squeeze if we end up seeing those price movements to the upside. Now, I do want to talk about what we're seeing right now on the options chain. Now, when we scroll down a little bit further, we have 68,000 call contracts in the money right now and 1,371 puts. This means that right now, the market makers who are selling these options into the overall market are delta hedging the call side right now way more than they are delta hedging the put side, meaning that the market makers are going to have to buy way more shares in order to hedge than they will have to short in order to hedge the put side. Now, when we look at this data right now, it isn't necessarily astronomical, and it wouldn't be something like last year in June of 2021, where we were seeing over, I believe at one point, 400,000 call contracts potentially in the money at any given time. But this is going to continue to step up throughout the week as people get more excited about buying options on AMC and seeing the gains that people are having with it. Now, when we take a look over here and see, okay, where are the key price levels for open interest? Again, 20 is going to be another key level with 18,000 of open interest. And 18 is going to be a decently key level here with 14,209 open interest. But what I want you guys to start keying in on here is the volume here. So we have 28,000 at the 17, we have 21,000 at the 17.50, we've got 24,000 in volume at this $18 strike. So what this means is that there's a lot of action, there's a lot of trading going on this specific options chain. So these contracts that are being bought and also sold could then carry over into open interest going into the last few days of this week. Now, again, when we're talking about the options chain, we do have to kind of briefly talk about max pain here. And the max pain for AMC going into the rest of this week is currently sitting at $15.55. Again, there's no guarantee. There is no certainty that AMC is going to be closing at or around max pain, but it is something to keep in mind going forward. So that is going to wrap up this update on AMC and kind of what we're seeing right now on the technical chart and all of the options data and the news that we received from the company today. So if you wouldn't mind hitting that like button on your way out, subscribing if you want to see more videos like this, and I will see you guys in the next one.